I saw this video that got recommended to me recently. And watching Lord of the Rings for the first time this year definitely reminded me of this feeling that I think Hollywood just, you don't see as often in films anymore. So it was this video talking about sincerity in like modern Hollywood blockbusters and how that just is not a thing you see as much in modern day, because it seems like a lot of modern films, just modern writing in general, there has to be like some irony to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there always has to be like some kind of like quip, or if something weird or wacky happens, always has to be like
downplayed.
It always has to be like downplayed or have some joke about it. And it was this guy who talks about watching Lord of the Rings for the first time, and he was like, because he had been programmed, because I assume he's younger than us, because he had been programmed by modern, let's say, Marvel-esque Hollywood blockbusters, he had been programmed to think, okay, something serious happens, I should be expecting a joke.
Right.
And then watching Lord of the Rings and realizing he was preparing himself for a joke that just, or like a quip that just never came, because it's a film that takes itself 100% seriously.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, I really miss this kind of feeling.
I mean, but in saying that though, there's like a couple of scenes where like, you know, Legolas and Gimli kind of like, you know,
but I feel like that's not
other.
like natural banter that you would
that's like natural
right.
banter. It's not like they see like a fucking one of like,
let's play Fortnite.
yeah, it's not like you see one of the trees and be like, yo, what's up with that tree? You know, lad?
It's like some fucking corny ass like one liner.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, this is going to be like a slight tangent, but I think that's what I've really respected about the One Piece live action, where it's just like, I was wondering
what, but it took it seriously.
It took itself 100% seriously, and I was wondering myself why I thought the One Piece live action, why I really liked that and really thought that worked. And I thought it is because it took itself 100% seriously. And I can only think like the only film I've seen this year that did that was probably Dune.
Yeah,
that
I was
based,
Dune is
and that was based on a fucking book that came out in the 60s.
Yeah.
So what does that say about like, you know, modern audiences and modern like expectations? I think there is a space for, I would like to see more stories do shit like this that take itself 100% seriously, be really sincere about the emotions it's trying to like sell you without trying to like almost give itself a safety net, because it almost feels like a lot of modern writers are just like, haha, guys, it's okay to get invested, but I'm one of you guys, you know. I know how stupid this is, but don't worry about it, you know.
So I'll make the memes for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Tolkien's the goat, bro.
Tolkien's
he
the goat.
wrote like an amazing series, and then Peter Jackson, you know, you feel like you're watching a like sincere love letter to the book when you're watching it. Like it feels so sincere. Yeah. And just so like everyone involved is amazing. Like there's not like a single bad character. Like I mean, there's some characters that are forgettable, but like no one that you're like, oh god, like everyone's fun. It's just a joy to watch.
I do find it funny though. I don't know if you guys have seen that video of this like theory that's floating around with Lord of the Rings, where it's like Frodo doesn't know Legolas's name.
He never says it.
I've never seen
because
that.
in the film he never says Legolas's name. He mentions every character except Legolas. So there's this theory that Frodo just never knows. He never learns Legolas's name. Because there's like so many scenes where like
proof that he doesn't know.
Yeah, there's so many scenes where like he's like shouting out, like at the end of the third movie where he's like, you know, he sees all of everyone come in and he's like, Aragorn,
that
like Gimli, and then when Legolas shows up, he's just like,
that would be so that would be so on brand for Frodo though if he didn't know his name, because he seems like such a sweet boy that he wouldn't want to make it awkward.
Yeah.
My God.
It's very funny.
And also fucking Ian McKellen as Gandalf is
oh my
like,
god, the goat.
Yeah. I mean, he's just such a good actor. Yeah. And like he'd fucking knocked it out of the park. And it's like insane. Yeah. It's why like almost I feel like I don't know if you can do Lord of the Rings without Sir Ian McKellen. Like I just like he is Gandalf.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in saying that, I don't think I don't think anyone could be Frodo other than Elijah Wood either.
I don't know. I don't see it the same way with like, am I crazy? Like,
if they remade,
because Frodo's like a young character, right? And Elijah Wood's like a bit older now. So if they remade it and they had to recast him, I'd be like, ah.
Oh, you mean like right now?
Yeah, if they remade it like right now. Well, not remade it, like, I don't know, they did something where they had him.
Right.
I'd be like, Ian McKellen is a non-negotiable.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
We need to.
No one else looks like this dude.
Yeah, like we need Ian McKellen, but everyone else, all right, maybe we're not. Well, I know, I'm obviously exaggerating, but like it's amazing.
Yeah,
everything about it is so good.
Masterpiece.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
the greatest fantasy movie of all time.
Yeah,
series.
I agree.
All right.
I agree with only seeing one of them.
Schindler's List.
I have not actually seen this one.
You've not seen Schindler's List?
Not seen Schindler's List.
Oh my god, this is like Ralph Fiennes just deciding that he's just gonna go insane. He puts on such a good performance. It's very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is personal preference. No, I've talked about this before. I just don't find World War II interesting.
It's because you're not one. It's because you're not white.
Probably. I come from a country that actually had no involvement in World War II.
Fun fact: Thailand was the last country to wage war in the UK.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah. we were just chilling.
That went well.
So I've never like.
No, I like World War II a lot. I think that's just like a thing that happens when you're approaching 30 as a white guy. You just get into World War II, and like
I'd feel it as a Japanese bloke, Joey.
Yeah, look, I'm Japanese and German, so don't ask me.
bro's DNA is the Axis.
Yeah, I've got 2/3 of the Axis, bro. Let's forget about that.
DNA is the Axis.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't like look at World War II as like a point of pride or anything like that. As like a lot of like I think some people do, but like as a historical thing, it's just super
so fascinating.
Fucking interesting.
Yeah, it's so fascinating.
We have so many records of everything, and so there's just such painful detail of so many things, and so I think that the stories that can be told, and even when you hear about real life things, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
how is this real?
Yeah. And this movie is just fucking
and
sad.
this is like, yeah.
It's such a devastating movie to watch, but it's so powerful.
Is this the type of film that you can only watch once?
No.
You know?
I mean, I've only seen it once.
Because there's certain films, like for example, Requiem for a Dream, for example, where I'm like, I would like everyone to experience this, but I wouldn't say I recommend it. You know what I mean?
It's sad, but you know, it is depressing. But I will say, because I think I've watched it like twice. On the first watch, you're kind of just in shock and horror from everything that's happening. Yeah. And the second time you watch it, especially if you like movies, you can really like come to appreciate like the little things that everyone's doing. And again, I think especially like Ralph Fiennes, he like I don't even know what it takes to play like an evil Nazi dude, but like an actual portrayal, not like a cartoon portrayal.
Yeah.
Like it must be quite mentally taxing.
Yeah.
To have to get yourself in that headspace. And he does such a phenomenal job, and it's like a masterclass to watch. It's so good, but it's a very hard movie to watch.
It is.
Right.
hard to recommend.
Oh, okay.
But what's crazy is that he made this movie and Jurassic Park in the same year.
Yeah, I know.
It's insane.
I've seen like documentaries on it of his like schedule doing this, and imagine making Schindler's List and Jurassic Park, bro.
You couldn't be further apart. But it's like, all right, we're filming this really sad like World War II film. Bring out the dinosaurs.
Can I just say that peak Spielberg actually solos? You know, like Scorsese, it's okay, but like let's talk about peak Spielberg.
Spielberg was on that grind.
I mean, it won 7 Oscars. Jesus Christ! I mean, when you
when you watch it, it makes sense.
Yeah, when you watch it, you're like, yeah. I mean. Yes, and it's also the type of film that would win Oscars. To be fair, a period piece always does well.
Yeah.
It is kind of strange that he made them at the same time, but I think it was because it was based on a book, if I'm not mistaken, and the guy was still alive from the guy who survived the concentration camp, and he wanted to get the film out before he passed because he was getting quite old.
Yeah.
I think that's why he was so like, we have to make both these films at the same time. So it was interesting.
Damn.
It's a really interesting story.
He was on a time crunch, and yet he still managed to make a banger. That's crazy.
Well, I think there also the scripting of this was like, if I'm not mistaken, it was a little loose as well. I don't think it was. I could be wrong though. I feel like there was a lot of room that he gave the actors a lot of room to like work with.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah. I probably won't watch it because
for 99.9% of the film.
I don't know. I just like the subject matter just doesn't really interest me too much. As I said, I'm just like, there's only one World War II film I think I like. That's Saving Private Ryan.
It's a banger.
Yeah, it is a banger. Every other film I've watched in that period, even though I'm like, yeah, this is a good film, but I'm I'm not really interested in stories from that period.
Fair enough.
All right.
That's just me.